Hello everybody, day 7 of our Advent Challenge. Today is a busy day, so we are going to do the recording in the car. We went raking leaves with my students today of different houses in the neighborhood around the school. Although it was really fun and we had a really good time, I have to be honest that I kept on thinking about how sad it is to have to do this type of work where we rake leaves only to see them in an hour or a day, more leaves on the ground. And I don't know if you have ever felt like that about anything that you do in this life, whether it's cleaning your kitchen only to see it in a few hours with dirty dishes again, or cooking a meal and then you have to do it again in a few hours because it's all gone. And but there are times when I do feel a little bit frustrated at the repetitiveness of everything that we do. Like you cannot really see and enjoy the work of your hands because it's gone. The only thing that helps me do the repetitive work with a smile is knowing that it's not always going to be like that. The only thing that keeps me going also through, like sometimes when we bury loved ones or separations and so many sad things in life, diseases, what gives me strength and hope to go through these moments is just knowing that it's not going to be forever like that. And I don't know, to be honest, how people go through life, through disappointments, through hardships, through separations, through death, without having a hope or a purpose for a better life. And I'm not talking about better life that one day we're going to be angels flying with harps in the clouds, but really the thing that God has promised us, and the understanding the cosmic conflict of why we're here, what happened, what got wrong, and that there is hope and God has a plan. And Christmas is one of these times that we can feel that hope of something better that's coming, of a joyful. We can taste a little bit of the joy that comes from tasting grace, from tasting a new beginning, and with the new year. We get a little bit of the perspective of what it is to start everything new again. So talking again about Christmas, the Christmas story is told in 4 books in the New Testament, which are called the 4 Gospels. And the first one of them, the book of Matthew, the Christmas story starts with a genealogy, with a really boring genealogy of who begot whom and how this person gave birth to this person. And so we can see from the creation, from Adam, how many generations there were until Abraham to Jesus. So when these chapters come with these long genealogies, many of us just skip them. But one thing that we need to remember is that behind each of these hard to pronounce names actually stands an interesting and sometimes pretty messy story. But a very interesting thing about the genealogy in the book of Matthew is that it's a little bit different than the other ones because it includes the names of 4 women. And usually it's always guys. One of the women's names is Tamar. And Tamar, the other thing is that the stories of this woman, or these people in general, it's not always the most decent story. Like Tamar, she seduced her father-in-law, Judah, by pretending to be a prostitute. Then we have the story of the Canaanite Rahab, who was a prostitute as well. We have the story of the Moabite Ruth. And so she is also part, all of these women are part of the genealogy of Jesus. And Ruth was not even part of the Israelites. Then we have Uriah's wife. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name because I know I'm going to mispronounce it. And not only that, I'm not even going to mention her story because for me this is such an embarrassing story of David and her. The book of Matthew has a pretty embarrassing genealogy of Jesus. But the thing is that what is special about this genealogy is that it's amazing the way how God worked in and through these people. See, there are many people who have a problem with the fact that the Bible contains so many sinful stories and imperfect people, but for me this is the power of this book, because it's not really including, it's not the story of these saints who live in monasteries and who are secluded from society. No, the Bible stories are stories of real people who have struggled in life but who have found God, and God has revealed himself to them. They have accepted him in their lives, and it has made a huge difference in their life, and he has transformed their lives. We see, for example, the story of Rahab, who was a prostitute, who wasn't even an Israelite, but God used her. God reached out to her, and she accepted, she believed the God of Israel, and God used her in a powerful way in saving his people. See, Christmas is many times about stories of glitter and glamour, but the story of Jesus didn't have much glamour. His genealogy is pretty complicated. This is the family that Jesus entered, and this is the world that Jesus entered, and we have to say that this is the world that we also live in today. So Advent doesn't only mean the days before awaiting Christmas, the days before Christmas, but the word Advent can also be applied to all of this time as we are waiting for the time when Christ is going to come a second time to restore his creation. And as we wait, we're supposed to live a life of resistance to the gods of this age. The same way that so many of these people of the family of Jesus lived in circumstances far from perfect, but they lived contra-cultural lives. The same way that he worked within his dysfunctional family is how he wants to work also within our family. So this Christmas we can invite the Holy Spirit to reframe our past and to help us revisit our own stories. Merry Christmas, everybody.